vocals and then
615 BNA. We got that fly DNA. It's our Dilla foundations. And we appreciate your patience. Don't brain.
All right, Big French, man. Thank you for being on the show. Our show is called MC2MC. My man Foundation is here.
What's going on, man?
What up, bro?
We have a group called HERU HERU. And basically, we're trying to bring back that hip-hop that you guys were pushing forward back in the 80s, 90s, and before that. So just want to pay homage and say thank you first and foremost.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Thank
you. Basically, like, when did it all start for you as far as music production? To all the people that are tuned into our podcast that want to know more about Big French, when did it all start?
I mean, it all started for me probably back in 1992 when I graduated from the Institute of Audio Research to become an engineer.
Dope.
Yeah.
So
I became an engineer basically so I could make better beats, make better sounding beats, you know?
Respect. Yeah, I actually went to SAE.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to SAE, man. Graduated last year, this time last year. Yep.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, man, for engineering as well, mixing and engineering.
Oh,
so
nice.
who inspired you when you started all that in the early 90s?
Well, I mean, of course, it was like your DJ Premiers, P-Rocks, just most of the producers at the time. I forget Public Enemy's producer. What was his name?
Oh, man, it threw me off. Damn,
You should know that.
I should know that, right? You should know that.
My bad. Too early. We didn't have coffee.
Him, DJ Muggs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cypress Hill. A lot of them dudes, you know, it's kind of where I got my legs from, just emulating them guys.
Word.
Facts. Yeah, those are the greats, man. Like, if you study the greats, you become a great.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I did. I studied these dudes and learned their techniques and actually had the pleasure of actually being in the studio with Premier and P-Rock while they were actually making beats. So I got to learn firsthand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's how most humans get down, is like learning firsthand.
Yeah.
30% of knowledge is touching it.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
to be honest, like, I don't know if you've heard a lot of our music. Hopefully you will soon as we start to continue to grow and all that. But the same thing, like both of us grew up off the music that you guys made, you know, and we're cut from that cloth and we're trying to keep that alive. But the reason why we feel like we're high tier when it comes to like lyricism and stuff is because we learned from those greats. You know what I mean? Like basically almost like taking notes from Nas when I was listening to all those albums, soaking it in growing up.
Right.
So like now I just feel like, you know, it makes you almost naturally more competitive with it too, because they had to compete with everybody as they were making those tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where you kind of, when you learn from the greats, then of course you want to try to be better than the greats.
Facts.
Facts.
Saying?
Right.
Where you find yourself, it's like friendly competition, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I used to do it all the time. Like I'd be sitting down listening to the radio, DJ throwing a hot song, and I'm listening to the beat like, oh, I gotta make something just like that, just so I know I can do it.
Yes. That was like, I'm an MC, so and a poet first, but that's what it was like for me when I heard Pac. I would go back, I'm like, okay, I want my music to feel that way, the way he can write on a track, and I want to be able to tell stories like a Slick Rick or a Nas. I want to be able to rhyme, like stack my vocals, but my rhyme pattern, my bars like Rakim. He like boom, boom, Big Daddy Kane, bang, the bang, the chain, the rain, the fame, the main, the rain. I wanted to, go back and, go back to the drawing board with that. So So what kept you? My thing is, what kept you consistent all the way through all those eras of making music for people like Black Rob, even before that, making music with Pete Rock,
KRS-One,
all the way to 3LW. What kept you consistent and transcending and reinventing yourself through that whole period?
Just sticking to the original plan. Like, I'm from that boom bap era. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I shine as a producer. You know what I'm saying? On the boom bap. So when the world started changing up and started going into the trap and the drill, I just kind of like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna stick with my roots.
Yeah.
And I never changed up. I mean, I can make trap beats, I can make drill beats, but I personally love boom bap beats. You know what I'm saying? Because my opinion, you can't really make a touching song or a song that's gonna touch you in a certain way over trap beats. There's no room for the lyricism. You can't get the words out fast enough to say something that's gonna have me like, oh, make me think, like, oh shit.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I feel that I never heard nobody put it like that. Even when because I'm a producer too, so when I make boom bap, I feel like it comes super natural. I don't have to overthink it. I feel it more than I think it actually. And I know what melody to put on it. It's so easy to put a melody because there's so much space. And I also
it's a feel thing more than a hear thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I even heard about that. I even heard finish up my point. I even heard somebody says like the ancestor when your heartbeat, that's the boom bap.
Right.
So it's so natural to the rhythm of the actual human people. That's why they resonate with more.
Right. And think about boom bap, like you're gonna always nod your head to boom bap. You can't really nod to trap because it's moving too fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really comfortably nod your head and groove to the beat where your body is involved with the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I feel
there's just certain things that happen with boom bap beats that don't happen in other music. Like, I've never heard a trap beat or a drill beat that made my hair on my arm stand up.
Right.
Facts.
But the first time I heard They Reminisce Over You, bro.
Yeah.
The first time I heard D Wick, you know what I'm saying? Like these certain songs, your hairs on your arm stand up because that shit's exciting. That shit's making you feel a certain way.
Right.
It resonates with you. Gotcha.
It's definitely a lot more like soulful, and like with trap music as an MC, when I'm on it, I can do that too. You know what I mean? But you're kind of trapped into that beat. Like you have that certain rhyme scheme.
Why they call it trap? You know what I'm saying?
But boom bap, you're free to go whatever way you want to.
Yep.
Right. There's room in boom bap beats where you can move around as a lyricist. You don't have to stick to one pattern. You can change your styles as you go.
Yeah.
And with trap, it's only basically like maybe 2 or 3 styles of trap rap. You feel what I'm saying? Either you rapping fast or you rapping extra slow. I mean, the bottom line about trap music is it vibrates slow. It's not a high vibrating music.
Exactly.
Right. So
I mean, because if you listen to the lyrics, either A, they're mumbled, or 2, they make sense, but they don't make the kind of sense where it's like a put together story.
Right.
Just a lot of the same words being repeated. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool for the turn up, but you can't turn up all the time.
That's facts, man. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When you want to relax, smoke a blunt, and just chill out, my first go-to is definitely not trap or drill.
What is your first go-to?
Boom bap. Every time.
Yeah, I mean, what song do you like go to when you just want to reset your mind and it's like you had a crazy day, you come home, put on a record?
It depends on the mood, of course.
Yeah.
I find myself, I'll go back to the original break beats and just listen to those.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying? Love break beats.
Yeah.
So when I want to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's actually the backbone of hip-hop, break beats.
Yep. Cool Hertz. All of them guys. Even the amen break that's commonly used all through hip hop and through other genres of music. Me and my brother was going deep on some science about the amen break and how like it wasn't. I think it was maybe Phil Drummond's, maybe James Brown's drummer who kind of like reinvented it. The amen break.
Well, the amen break is definitely like statistically the most sampled drum ever. Second to James Brown's drummer, Clyde Stubblefield.
Okay.
But and Peace the President is number 2, I believe. I could be mistaken, but you know, if you listen to 30 songs, you're gonna hear the amen break, and you're gonna hear funky drummer drums in there somewhere. At least 2 of those records. If you listen to 30 songs.
Wow, so it's in the DNA of music.
It's in the DNA of all genres of music, even down to country. Hip hop has affected everything.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you look at everything. I mean, it's so
everything.
Even evolution.
You could turn on a commercial right now for a car company and hear a hip hop beat in the background.
I noticed that too lately. It's like more and more.
You can see a commercial for deodorant and hear a hip hop beat in the background.
Yeah.
Whatever they selling, because think about it, who they want to sell to? They want to sell to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Marketing.
So how do we get that listener? Play him what he likes in the background, hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
that's all it is.
We're in the music city. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I mean? Country music.
Yeah.
And,
country music.
But what we feel like we're experiencing, what I've definitely seen is like they got country music kind of like in a hold where they don't want to accept hip hop. There's this big divide, and that's one thing that we're trying to kind of break into, because like it's just a matter of time. Y'all can do that for a while, but after a while, like it's kind of unfair to all the other artists that are out there that bring a lot of talent forth that you guys are dismissing and blocking. You know what I mean? So our intention is
how that's gonna work. You guys just have to do what you do. Fuck how they feel, and fuck if you guys are accepted by them or not. Mm-hmm. Because eventually, like you said, they're gonna have to come to your guys' side.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You feel me? When things become inevitable, you know, you just wait it out. Mm-hmm. You don't have to try to feel like come listen to this or come be involved in it. Nah, fuck all that. Fuck y'all if y'all ain't down. You'll get down or lay down.
Yeah, get down, lay down. Yeah. We was just talking about that line. And that's what we was talking about, the next projects we drop. Like next year, we got a couple projects we dropping, and that's our attitude behind every project. It's like get down, lay down, because we know what we good at. Like you said, you stick to your guns, and evolution is gonna see you through.
I mean, the perfect example I can give anybody would be Griselda Records.
Yeah,
these guys made it by not following everybody else. Mm-hmm. They stuck to the boom bap code, the grimy, gritty, original shit that we all love and miss. Yeah. They stuck to that, and they won with that.
They won big time.
They didn't change the styles. They didn't change their styles with the times, and that's what we're doing. Like, fuck that. This is what we grew up loving, and why should we change it because the younger generation doesn't rock with it? That's okay. Exactly. Our parents didn't rock with our music.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
So it's just an evolutionary thing. But I tell you what, though, the younger guys definitely see what we're doing and they like it.
Yeah, they respect it. They respect it.
It's in the DNA of everybody. Yeah. Original hip hop is in everybody's DNA. You grew up your whole life listening to that. So, of course, you pass it down to your kids.
Yep.
So, of course, they want to change it up and make it this other thing so they can feel like they made something.
Yeah.
But you can't reinvent the wheel.
No, you can't.
Have you, you mentioned Griselda, have you worked with them at all?
I just finished working with them actually yesterday.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I mean, I wasn't working with them directly, but I know you guys know about Flee Lord.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Dope as
and
fuck.
What we're doing is with Flee Lord is we're dropping an album every month for the year 2020. So, of course, it's the 11th month of November. We're up to our album 11.
All right. Congratulations.
And the album is featuring Westside Gun, Conway, G4 Jag. It's featuring a bunch of dope MCs, and you know what I'm saying? And then next month, we're doing the 12th album, which will be entirely produced by Havoc from Mobb Deep.
Wow. That's big. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how we ended the year off.
Wait, weren't y'all on Times Square on a billboard too?
Yeah, that was for Rock America Part 2.
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother. Hard. Congratulations, man. Respect.
Yeah, man. Flee is a one-man army, man. He does it all this shit, a lot of this shit on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it makes
of course, with the help from us, but I'm talking about like the hitting the ground running kind of shit. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I feel like
he's in the post office every day, mailing out merch, mailing out CDs and shit. Like that's all him.
Yeah. I mean, you can learn a lot from that, man. That's what we're doing, like independent grind.
Yeah. The work ethic is on 1,000,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're on our 11th album, about to be 12 for 12, and then after that, I'm gonna inquire about the Guinness Book of World Records because I've done the research and no other artist in any other genre, has released 12 bodies of work within a year.
Wow.
What?
Hell yeah.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Wow.
That's a grind for sure.
So being that he'll be the first artist to do it, I'm of course the first engineer to do it.
Exactly. I'm going hard.
I recorded, mixed, and mastered everything.
Oof. Yeah. Y'all seen it on the IG, on your IG. All every album is stacked on top of each other. And it just looked like a masterpiece on its own. Like y'all was in the zone, and this is like what it's supposed to be, like a full album cover.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, things been going good for the Lord Mob. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain at all. I'm really enjoying what's going on with us, and I'm loving every minute of it.
I saw you guys won. You won Best of Manhattan too.
Yeah, Best of Manhattan award for the studio.
Yeah, man.
Best studio in New York for 2020.
Oof. All right. How long have your studio's been there in the actual community?
This one I'm in now has been here for 10 years. We just turned 10 years old in this room.
Oh, man, that's amazing, bro. Man,
and I had a studio down on 30th Street before that. Then I had a studio on 38th Street. I've been running studios like since 92. Like once I got out of school, that's all I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the job 9 to 5 thing. This is my 9 to 5. This is my job. This is what pays the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what state of mind do you have to be in, like when you like thinking like that, like being super consistent, being super persistent with your craft?
You have to really believe in your mind that there's no plan B, so plan A gotta work.
Mm.
There is no plan B, so plan A has to work.
Exactly.
You know? So, you know, I mean, I work with Flee Lord, and before Flee Lord, I was working with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is not my first time around the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been doing this.
Yeah, your track record is crazy, man.
Thank you, bro.
I was working with like different artists like Black Rob on his, like most of the project I seen was like that project of the time. Like that was like something everyone was looking at, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So, now Black Rob, he's a dope MC. I mean, Black Rob is Black Rob, and you kind of know what you get when you're dealing with him.
Facts, yeah.
You know but unfortunately, I don't know if you guys know that he had a stroke a couple years ago.
I did
hear that.
Yeah.
How's he
doing? The actual story goes, he actually had a stroke in the studio.
Really?
Yeah. And, and he kind of hasn't been the same since. And, that's what a stroke will do to you.
Word.
But for everybody out there who was wondering or starting rumors and shit like that, I took him to the hospital. And the doctor told me he had no drugs in his system.
Wow.
So the stroke was not drug related. He had no coke in the system, no crack, no weed. He didn't even have alcohol in the system.
Wow. I say no drug relation and clear the air on that one. Appreciate that.
No. So let's get that straight. Your boy Black Rob was not on drugs when he had his stroke.
For the record.
I mean, to us, he's a legend. Like we grew up on that Like Whoa, and his whole album was hot, and I think it was 2000.
Shout out to DJ Buck Wild who produced Whoa.
Yeah,
that's
a
good friend.
I love that album, Spanish Fly. That was a crazy album. Yeah. We got. I hate the fact that the youngins are tearing down the legends too. It's kind of like the road that they traveled and they paved is like getting covered up with dirt and dust. It's kind of like the bridge.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like back in the day where there wasn't that many options, so you always knew what the dope shit was, and it was given to you on a plate. Now, you have to look for it.
Yeah, man.
There's plenty of dope MCs and producers and DJs out there right now in hip hop, but you got to go look for these guys. They're not just going to be presented to you on a plate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's why I think about Nashville. When I look at Nashville, so many gems. Like everybody's a gem, like in some kind of way. Everybody got that kind of like everybody's somebody type of mentality just because everybody's a musician here.
Right.
Everybody's the gem, but you got a lot of people that are, and you can spot them out, but it's like no outlet for them to shoot off. So, but they just pretty much, sharpen each other's sword by just being around each other at these shows.
Right.
So right now it's like so many gems, even in Texas and Houston, it's, gems over there as well in the underground scene. Is any new artists you look forward to, like, in 2021 to see blow up besides Flee Lord?
Right. That's dope. That's dope, man. You gotta keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For that steady progression.
Are you listening to any new artists, like any new artists besides Griselda that pique your interest right now?
To be honest with you, I don't really have the time to really delve into other music right now, so I'm just kind of focusing on Lord Mobb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, doing an album every month is not an easy task.
we just trying to get our album out, you know. Well, it's not an album, it's an EP. You know what I'm saying? And we're both of us having a full life and wives and kids, you know what I'm saying? So,
right, exactly, because life gets in the way of a lot of shit. So doing a whole album in a month, recording it, mixing it, mastering it, within 30 days.
Yikes.
Being the quality that it is, because we heard the quality in it. Because some people can just put some bullshit out, but y'all aren't putting bullshit out.
Oh, no. Everything we do is definitely, I mean, given that we got only 30 days, me and Flee have kind of developed a process of how we do things. We don't get in each other's way. You know what I'm saying? We record. Once it's recorded and he's happy with his vocals, all right, friend. And then it's my turn to mix and master. And he don't bother me while that's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once I say, yo, Flee, I'm done, he comes through and we sit down, we listen to it together. And, you know, so far we haven't missed yet.
Knock on wood. Hell yeah.
You got that shit, man. It's a process. And when does the process start? Like, okay, he just start on song, beginning of the month, day one, he's gonna start on a song, or does he just keep going and going and going?
Nah, he's just well, here's the thing. Before we decided to do 12 records for the year, 12 albums for the year, he had already been recording a lot of songs.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of times we can, like, let's say for this last album in particular, No More Humble Fashion, it's 12 records. I think about 4 of them were songs we did last year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they were dope records. So they just needed to be dusted off a little bit and put back on the list. So we grabbed 4 from last year. And then, you know, the other joints we did as we were going along.
Yeah.
And then once we say, okay, all the vocals are done, this is it. And I get the mixing and mastering. And I finished mastering the album last night.
Oof. Wow. Oof.
It got sent to distribution last night.
Okay, bet. And how many joints on the projects, each project?
It varies. Like this one is 12. The last one was, I believe, 14.
Oof. Wow. Man, y'all ain't playing.
Nah, we getting these joints in, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, there's different, like, ways we kind of do these albums. Like sometimes it's all produced by one person. Like we got the Pete Rock one, the Buck Wild one, rest in peace DJ Shay one, Lucky 13, Hand Me My Flowers, and the People's Champ.
Okay, so it's a consistent sound cohesively through the whole project.
Right, but then there's also the Lord Mobb producers, including myself, Ghost Dave, Ford, Me Fucks. You know what I'm saying? If he does like No More Humble Fashion is more of a compilation of different producers.
I got you.
You know? So sometimes there's a compilation of producers and sometimes it's just one producer.
Okay. I love that. I love the chemistry. Because you gotta have chemistry for just respect the other artists' mutual art. Because mixing and mastering is the art by itself. Like mixing is separate art and mastering. People don't realize that. Mastering is a whole separate art than mixing.
Right. A lot of dudes in the game don't understand that. Like they skip the mastering step. They record their song, they get a rough mix from the engineer, and here we go. That's it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not a real mix. You got to get a full tracked out mix and then a master. Now your song's ready for radio, for distribution, for all that other shit. If you skip the mastering step, you're cheating yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because your song has to compete with 10,000 other songs.
Exactly.
And these guys, the other 10,000 that you're competing with, are getting their songs mastered.
Yep.
You know, And then if you don't get your song mastered, you kind of miss out on a lot of radio opportunities because they hear it immediately that your song's not mastered, and then they won't play your shit. Like, this song's trash, it's not mastered. Never mind, next.
Yep.
Now your song is put in a pile with 1,000 other songs that are never gonna get played.
It's because of quality.
Right, it's a quality and a loudness thing. Even that mastering your songs.
I was tripping about, I always wonder why 21 Savage, his song, no knock to him, but his song, I got 1, 2, 3. When that got on radio, I thought the quality was terrible as far as his vocal performance. Right. I guess it was mastered, though, for the radio's sake, though. But as far as a vocal quality, it sounded like he was in a closet, like recording in his muffle.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these dudes, like you said, mixing and mastering is an art. And a lot of these dudes go on YouTube and they get, they sit through a bunch of tutorials and, okay, I'm an engineer now, I can mix and master. Yeah. No, you can't. Because a lot of times these dudes don't have any ideas about frequency, what a compressor does, what a limiter does, you know what I'm saying, what an expander does. Like, yeah, they don't understand these terms and they don't understand what they do. So they sit down, they buy a fucking $10,000 Pro Tools setup with a bunch of plugins, and they still don't know what the fuck they're doing. Man, now you experimenting.
It's crazy. I mean, even like SAE, it was more hands-on, which helped me long term because now I knew even how to work the board, which is a whole different other animal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of these dudes ain't never experienced a mixed board, a real true board. They mix in the box inside the computer. You know what I'm saying? The picture of a mixed board, but that's not a real mixed board.
It's a picture.
If you sit down on an SSL or a Neve board, you're gonna be confused first, then intimidated, and then you'll be like, where's the assistant engineer? I need him to tell me what these buttons over here do.
At all time.
It's like a long lost art. But so Big French, we had briefly mentioned that you work with a lot of notable artists since back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like KRS-One, Fat Joe, Alicia Keys, 3LW. I mean, it wasn't just in one pocket. You were kind of everywhere. Ludacris, even with the ATL artists and stuff like that. Yeah. So what, how was that journey for you? And were there any stories that you remember that kind of stick out?
Let's see. Well, the KRS-One song is actually the first beat I ever got money for. First beat I ever sold.
Really? Wow. Okay.
KRS-One on the album that was self-entitled KRS-One. He had just left BDP. The song is called The Automatic. This is the first beat I ever got paid for. So I was just happy to be in the room. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's history.
And then halfway through the song, halfway through the recording, Fat Joe walks through the door. Of course, I'm a kid basically at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting my feet wet. This is my first time out. I'm in the studio geeked trying to keep my cool.
Wow. You got two legends in the building at the same time.
Right. I'm actually doing production for KRS-One, and then Fat Joe walks through the door. So of course, KRS goes, "Yo, get on my song."
No pressure. You got this.
Right. These dudes are friends, so it was no problem. So Joe was like, "Well, I'm not gonna write nothing to it, but I will get on the outro and just talk some shit." He's like, "All right, good enough," and that's what happened.
Wow. What was going through your head at the time?
Well, when he first got through the door, I was geeked like, wow. And then when Chris said, "Yo, get on the song," I'm like, holy shit.
It's going to be a legendary.
My first time out, I'm getting Joe and KRS. Wow. Bro. Yeah. So after that happened, I mean, after I did that beat and the song came out in 95, I had just finished engineering Doo-Wop and the Bounce Squad 95 live mixtape.
Wow, so you was already on it.
So 95, for me, it was a lot happening. I got my first production, and I got my first major engineering gig.
Wow, serious.
So this and the tape went on to get into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame and all that. So it meant a lot.
That's amazing. Yeah. And what did do for you after that amazing year and after that, like, did that kick off like confirmation? Like, this is it. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. What I meant to be doing. Like, I knew I was.
Yeah, exactly where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, I started doing work. I don't know if you guys remember the Trackmasters.
Yeah, of course. Who could forget? Legends. Legends.
Right. So I was doing some work with the Trackmasters, and they had me in the studio with Will Smith.
Word. What song? Hold on. What song?
The song never came out. Let me tell you a quick story. So I'm in Sony Studios, right?
Right.
Trackmasters are there, Tone and Poker there, Rich Nice is there, who was their manager.
Okay.
And Will Smith walks through the door wearing motherfucking biker shorts, bright yellow biking shorts, and a bright yellow t-shirt.
That's the 90s for you.
Fresh Prince.
But this was after the whole biker short fad had come and gone already. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking official, like he was gonna leave the studio and go ride his bike for 1,000 miles. Right?
Yeah. Fresh Prince.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? If this was before all his movie shit, like what's that? July 4th, the Independence Day, all that shit that made him super rich. This is before all that shit. He was just the Fresh Prince.
Men in Black, all those movies, yeah.
It was before Men in Black and all that shit. So, you know, who knew? But in my mind, I'm kind of clowning him. Because I'm like, this motherfucker got on yellow biking pants.
Yeah.
Grown-ass man.
Right.
Well, plus you're from Harlem, so fashion's got to be A1. So
of course, man. Like, biker shorts, bro, really? But here's the thing. In my mind, I also believe that, like, when they had me in the studio with Will Smith, this was something that they didn't want to do. So you know what? Let Young French do it. Now, like I said, I'm a hip-hop head. So I got Will Smith in the studio. It was a grimy beat. I remember that I had rapping on. And then I let him curse.
Word.
Let him be himself. Now, let's not get it twisted. Will Smith has fucking bars.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
But because of his clean-cut image, he don't rap a lot of the things that he want to rap about.
He from Philly.
Yeah.
Right. I had him in there cussing. I had him in there talking gangster shit. I had him, right? Sony was not happy about that shit.
Oh, man. Oh, he turned it in? Y'all turned it in?
Yeah. No, we didn't. Hold on. How about this? We didn't turn it in. Some people from Sony came in and took the masters.
Word.
Sony don't play. And then I got the call. I forget who called, but they was like, listen, there's no way in hell we can put this record out. This is not Will Smith's image.
Yeah.
You let him curse. And then they're blaming me like it's my fault. Like, what you mean I let him curse? He's a grown fucking man.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you were supposed to tell him he shouldn't curse his career and his image and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, whatever.
This is a PR.
I'm young at the time. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about nothing y'all talking about right now. You're either going to use the song or you're not going to use it.
Right.
We're not, hell no. And not only did we never hear the song again, I never saw the masters again.
Wow.
So somewhere in Sony Records is a Will Smith song produced by Big French that the world will probably never hear.
Hey, you never know, man. It's 2020, man. So anything may come out right now.
I feel like you should release it now, actually. You know what I mean?
And that kind of thing happens in this business a lot. Like once you actually kind of get in there.
Yeah.
Like I have another song with Nas that I produced for Nas that Def Jam actually paid me for.
What?
They paid me for this record, and they told me Nas went over budget, so we can't use the song.
Bullshit.
I guess because it did have a sample. The song did have a Bob Marley sample in it, and Damian Marley was featured on the record.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I'm sure they would clear it. Like Damian Marley and him, Distant Relatives came out. Remember that?
Who knows? I don't know what Def Jam's reason was. I don't know what they told me was that somehow Nas went over the budget that they had allocated him for that album.
Wow.
And because he went over that budget that certain songs weren't going on it.
What project was this for?
This was gonna be for the Nigger album.
Oh, I love that album, actually. I fuck with that album.
I just assumed that one day on a Nas Lost tape.
Yo, he's dropping those.
You know?
Yeah, he's dropping those like frequently now, so we never know.
So it's a matter of time now.
Are you struggling with oral composition?
La 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 la.
Well, we've got mixers for that.
Hey, it seems like this is the year of revelation, man. And I'm a big bobblehead and like that, but I just think everything's getting revealed right now, like in 2020. Like a lot of shit is getting revealed, pulling the cover over everybody's head, and I feel like the veil has been lifted, man, for a lot of stuff. How's 2020 been for you, man?
2020 for me, I really, really can't complain as much as anybody else, so I won't. But it's been testing. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of tests in 2020. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say to a lot of people, life is not about what happens to you. It's about how you react to it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Man. So yeah, we got a pandemic going on. We got a really whack president and all that dumb shit. But you know what I'm saying? But I don't deal with that kind of shit, so I don't have to be bothered by it. You feel me? I'm always in this room. I'm in the studio working.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't complain. My family is good. All my peoples is good. None of us caught COVID, at least that I know of. You know what I'm saying?
What's up to that, man?
And peace to everybody we lost that we know from COVID. You know what I'm saying? I do know some people who lost some parents, lost some cousins, lost some nephews. You know what I'm saying? Behind COVID.
God bless the dead.
And, you know, it's a terrible fucking thing, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, man. We above the earth today, man. That's what I'm like. We on the other side of the earth today.
Any day above ground is a good day.
Man, say it again. That's love. I feel like the same way, man. I feel like 2020 has been I feel like I've been receiving blessings. I've been more grateful, be able to spend more time with my family, actually get to know who my family is. You know what I'm saying? Because you get busy, you know, working, and I found the balance to find out who we living with, you know. So definitely, and get a lot of music done, you know. Definitely like going outside and being more productive. I
mean, during a pandemic, me and Flee Lord dropped 11 albums so far.
Any other time probably wouldn't be possible like this consistent, right?
Right. It's just, you know, it's been a wonderful journey. Well, that part of it, 2020 has been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I won an award in 2020, the best studio in New York City. So I can't complain that much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things suck, but a lot of things are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's a crazy award because think of how many studios are in NYC, right?
Man, thousands.
and you thousands worked in all 1,000 of them, right?
I've worked in a lot of the studios in New York City that I beat for this award, but you know what I mean? I understand what it is. I mean, because I offer a different kind of quality than most other studios because I'm like literally my heart's in it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Anybody comes to my studio, your song now becomes my song because I'm going to make your song sound as best as it can sound before you leave, you know, out of my door.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because anything that got my name connected to it got to sound right.
Facts, man. That's your reputation.
Yeah, I mean, they say it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to fuck it up.
It's some real shit. That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it basically, I take care of my clients, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you Jay-Z or if you just started rapping yesterday. If you're spending your money in my studio, I'm going to take care of you.
Yes, sir.
Bottom line.
Hey, that's how you keep the relationships, man. That's how you keep the relationship going.
Right. And anybody who's ever been in my studio will tell you, you know what I'm saying? French will take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of your music.
I mean, I can say that from my brief experience because I was actually looking for studios in NYC from here because you know that track that I worked on with Freaky Zeke, right? So I was calling around, and then was lucky to meet you. Flew up there, and then got to work with the best studio. You know what I mean? Got to work with you directly, and hopefully we'll come back next year when shit starts to cool down a little bit.
Yeah. Man, you're welcome anytime, bro. That was a very painless experience what we worked on.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah,
that's dope.
We were just chopping it up. You were showing us like all the dope music that you've been working on. So yeah, we want to come back.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You work with Dipstick as well?
Yeah, I got a joint with Cameron that I did for Cameron a while back.
Purple Haze.
So it was on a Purple Haze mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Just Us is the song.
Just Us. Okay, bet. How was that experience with Cam? That very painless experience too.
Not entirely.
He got some stories.
It was a kind of an impersonal experience. Like we didn't work together on the song. It was kind of thing. I sent him the beat. He has a studio in his house.
Okay.
And they kind of altered my beat a little bit, which I didn't really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
It was your production and your master engineer.
Nah. It was just my production on that one.
Gotcha.
Like I said, he had a studio in his house, so I sent him the beat, kind of stemmed out.
Yeah.
When I heard the final production of it, there was a lot of elements that they took out that I thought should have been in, but whatever.
Right, exactly. It's a music business.
And then the song just kind of took off.
Wow. So it's like a gift and a curse.
It's Cam at the end of the day, of course.
Yeah. As an engineer and a mix, and a mixer and a master, sound and frequency, what advice would you give like young up and coming engineers that just happen to be in rooms like you was in, like KRS-One show up, Fat Joe come in, or at this time, shit, Post Malone may come in and the engineer like first day on the job. What advice would you give them like that? How to act towards as far as etiquette?
Well, always keep your cool. Always, no matter how excited you are to be around somebody you may look up to and thought in your mind, like, I really would love to meet them. When you finally do, keep your motherfucking cool. Because the last thing any artist wants is a fan working for them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to mix my record if you're gonna keep asking me dumb fucking fan questions.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for that. We're here to work.
Yeah.
And I'm spending my money. So never fan out.
Gotcha.
Always keep your cool. At the end of the session, when all's said and done, before they leave, can you take a picture with me? Would you mind signing an autograph? That shit's cool because we finished working. My money's spent. I'm not spending money anymore. I'm about to leave. That's your opportunity to get your, you know what I'm saying, get your flick in, get your autograph, whatever. Other than that, keep your fucking cool because you gotta also understand, right now, when they're spending their money with you, you work for that person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's your boss right now. Now, if he wasn't a celebrity, he or she wasn't a celebrity, would you still act this way?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be normal because you're at work.
Yep. Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you act like a fan, like, oh, I've always loved your music and blah, 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 and because you also understand that's not your fucking friend. You don't know this person. You know what I'm saying? It's not your friend. Don't stand out. If you become a stand in the middle of a session, that might be your last session with that person.
That's right.
Or they may cut the session short and ask for some money back. And that's the last thing you want.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So, like I said, my biggest advice to any engineer or any producer, if you get around the people you admire, keep your motherfucking cool.
Right.
That's some great advice.
That's a gem. I mean, definitely. Also, the artist probably doesn't want all that too. They just want to keep the energy.
Right. Exactly. First and foremost, like I said, they're in the studio to work. Mm-hmm. Period. They want something. They want to be able to walk out that studio with quality product.
Yep.
So once you have done that, then you can fan out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay. So besides Carol's, when Fat Joe, was it one artist that you was like, I did not expect to be working on this guy's shit, and then you was like almost about to lose your cool, and you didn't?
Probably when I first met Primo.
Mm.
He was working at a studio which was down the block from mine, the headquarters down on 38th Street.
Mm.
And I don't remember why I got called over there, but I got sent to his studio like, yo, they having some trouble in their studio with some shit that I know you know how to do, because I come from the school of like hard wires and analog gear.
Yeah.
So I can sit and make a wire in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to always go to Sam Ash or Guitar Center and buy wires. I know how to solder a motherfucking wire together.
So that's
and it'll work. And it'll work for 20 years.
Oof. That's lost art right there.
So I got sent over to Primo's studio, and he was in there making beats.
Wow.
So he was like, yo, sit down, have a seat, chill out. You smoke weed? Yeah, I smoke weed. Roll up. So I was sitting in there getting high with Primo, watching him make a beat. And this is before cell phones had cameras in them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? This is like the mid-90s.
Flip phone.
Exactly. StarTax and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just enjoying the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the studio with Primo, and I'm watching his equipment, what equipment he's using. He had a 950 sitting on, he had a MPC 60 sitting on top of a Akai 950.
He grind. He's knocking them out.
Right. And he was banging it out. And one thing about him, he's a vinyl connoisseur. He knows where the samples are before he even picks the record up.
Like a library.
Right. A human fucking library. So he went and grabbed 3 records, and each one of them had an amazing fucking sample on it. I'm like, yo,
wow,
this nigga is crazy.
You watching the genius at play, though.
Right. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm a fucking sponge in the corner. Yeah. I'm just watching, and I'm not saying a motherfucking word, because as much as I want to fan the fuck out right now, it's still Primo, and he's working right now. I forgot, I'm sitting there smoking and chilling. I forgot the whole reason I was there. So 2-3 blunts later, I go look for the studio manager to find out why the fuck they got me there. You know what I'm saying? I just watched Primo chop up about 7 samples. I'm fucking amazed and geeked, and I'm learning little techniques. I'm like, wow, is that how he does it? Oh, shit.
Damn.
So now I'm going back to my studio like, yo, okay, I got the formula.
Hey, damn, I bet you just like reverse engineered all that shit. And it's like,
what, man, that's the first thing I did. And then Primo made the mistake of saying, you want to ask me something?
Woo! What you ask?
Do I? I was like, man, just let me get close to your setup, man. Let me just see the setup.
It's true, a smart kid at the time. Sure. Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm fresh out of school at this time, you know what I'm saying? I graduated at 92, so this was about maybe like 97, 98. So I'm really getting my engineer chops together. So reverse engineering shit was a breeze for me.
Man, I imagine so, man. I mean,
so I'm like, okay, he's using the 950 for the sample time and using basically the MPC 60 more as a trigger. I'm like, okay. Because remember, the MPC 60 had bullshit sample time, maybe about 12 seconds or 10 seconds or some shit like that.
It wasn't that compact.
Nah, but the 950 was expandable. You could expand that shit. You could have about a half an hour sample time in a 950.
I mean, just think about that. Even like people like Jay Dilla, how he was like manipulating the MPC. You know, it was like
Dilla. Jay Dilla is your favorite producer's favorite producer.
I agree.
You feel me? I don't know anybody in the game who knows about Dilla who don't like his beats.
Right. Everybody's copying this beats. Like the lo-fi right now. It's like the top of this food chain right now.
Oh yeah, lo-fi beats, and basically lo-fi beats are 90s beats.
Boom bap.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just call it boot? Like, you know what? I said, okay, you know what? The kids want to call it lo-fi. Okay, whatever.
Yup. They got to call it something cool or something to their name, to their liking.
Listen, go to whatever sample you use and turn down the sample rate, and there's your lo-fi.
Damn.
It's very simple.
Gave them the jewels.
Makes your shit sound gritty and grimy and all that good shit.
Hey, that's what's in right now. Even like you look at the Griselda, even Drake talking about Griselda. Jay-Z, you know, Shady Records signed them, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's like right now, that's what's in. Even though you got other people with other lanes that may be more popular on radio, but Griselda's more popular when it comes to like your MCs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like your favorite rapper, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Them dudes are doing it up. I'm proud of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dudes really got it out the mud, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. What inspires you to work with the artists you work with?
Like right now, I deal heavily on loyalty. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You know what I'm saying? If I see, like, if a dude want to work with me, it's simple. I'm reachable. I'm not like an asshole. I am an asshole, but I'm not one of those kind of assholes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You get shit done, asshole.
Yeah, I'm one of those assholes that like to get shit done and get it out the way so I can get back to being lazy.
Yeah. Respect.
But or just chilling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I just did a project with Reef Hustle.
Okay. Is that artist from New York?
And Flee Lord is executive producing it, and I 100% produced it. Got a lot of features on there, a lot of dope MCs on there. Flee Lord's on there, Rashid Chappell's on there, Chris Rivers is on there.
Woo! Big Pun, son.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Right. So, and that's we don't really not showing a date yet to drop it, but it's done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was an awesome experience. Reef Hustle was a great dude. We didn't really know each other at the beginning of this project, but, you know.
Yeah, respect.
There was definitely a bond built during this journey of making this album. It's going to be called, the name of the album is going to be Reef Hustle for a Reason.
For a reason. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Man, speaking of, man, what do you want your legacy to be when you leave, like, this earth, man? What do you want people to say about you, man, when you want to leave behind?
I mean, I just want them to be like, yo, French had some dope beats and he was a dope engineer.
Bless up.
To say the least, absolutely. Fucking legend, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate y'all.
What's up, man?
So, yeah, man. We hope to definitely work with you in the near future, man. We're gonna
easy, man.
Music. I mean, we definitely consider ourselves like lyricists that we grew up on. So definitely. I have a feeling you might dig it. You know what I mean? But we'll let you be the judge. But But again, thank you for the interview, man, and we hope to catch you real soon. And yeah, man, stay in touch, bro.
All right, bro. Y'all stay up.
All right. Bless up, man. Shit, man. We're going to see you before New Year's, man. Have a great 2021, man.
All right, you too, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right,
Peace.
Big Rich. Peace.
Peace.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the episode, leave us a thumbs up and comment below if you have any ideas on what we can do next time.
Please subscribe and hit the notification. MC2MC give you motivation.
Heru Heru.